Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we peel back the layers of corporate speak to reveal the real story. And today we are diving into BioLife Solutions Inc.'s latest report. Get ready because we are going to find out exactly what they are telling investors and what it means for them. Before we dive in, if you are new here, make sure you subscribe because we bring you these decoded insights every single week. And join our Discord community, link down below for more real-time discussions. Alright, so this is a current report filed by BioLife Solutions Incorporated. You know, the company that deals with cell and gene therapy preservation. Essentially, they are giving us an update on what is happening. What stands out right away is that this filing is tied to an investor presentation. They released on the 17th of November 2025. Think of it as them putting their latest performance and plans out there for everyone to see. So what is this presentation all about? Usually, these presentatinos are a way for companies to highlight their progress, talk about their strategy, and give a snapshot of how they are doing financially. It is like a company's quarterly or annual checkup report, but delivered in a more digestible format for investors. They are essentially saying, here is where we are. And here is where we're going. Now, the filing itself doesn't contain the deep dive financial tables we might see in a quarterly or annual report. Instead, it is referencing an exhibit, which is this investor presentation. The crucial takeaway here is that this presentation is the source of the information they are sharing, and it is being made public because of regulatory requirements, making sure investors have access to important updates. Looking at the basics, BioLife Solutions Incorporated's common stock is traded on the Nasdaq under the ticker symbol BLFs. This is important because it tells us where you can find their stock and what big exchange they are listed on. Being on Nasdaq means they are part of a pretty significant stock market, which usually implies a certain level of transparency and scrutiny. This part of the filing is called Regulation FD disclosure. Regulation FD, or fair disclosure, is a rule by the SEC. It requires companies to share important information with everyone at the same time, so no single investor gets an unfair advantage. So when they mention the investor presentation here, they are making sure this information is public knowledge, not just whispered to a few big players. Now, this is a bit of legalese, but it is important. They are saying that this presentation is being furnished, not filed. This means it is for informational purposes and doesn't come with the same legal obligations and liabilities as a formal filing like a 10Q or 10K. It is a way to share information without it being formally part of their official SEC record in the same way. It is like saying, here is some good news, but don't hold us to it legally in this specific document. So, what does this investor presentation likely contain beyond the basic facts? We are looking at a company in the biotech space, specifically focusing on preserving cells and tissues for treatments like gene and cell therapy. This is a rapidly growing field, so their presentation is probably highlighting their products, their market position, potential growth areas, and perhaps some key financial metrics that show their performance. They might also talk about strategic partnerships or advancements in their technology. When we consider a company like BioLife Solutions Incorporated, we think about its role in enabling some of the most cutting-edge medical treatments. Their products are the unsung heroes that ensure the precious cells and tissues used in these therapies remain viable from collection to treatment. This is a critical function, and a company that excels here can become indispensable to the entire biotech ecosystem. In this current environment, with cell and gene therapies gaining more traction, companies like BioLife Solutions Incorporated are positioned to benefit significantly. However, the field is competitive and innovations happen quickly. Thus, their investor presentation likely aims to showcase not only their current strength, but also their ability to adapt and lead in the future. The fact that they are issuing a specific investor presentation and making it public through an 8K filing indicates a commitment to transparency. It is their way of proactively communicating their story, likely emphasizing positive developments or strategic shifts to reassure and attract investors. We will need to see the actual presentation to get the concrete numbers, but the intent is clear: to present a compelling picture of the company's health and prospects. Now, turning to the actual exhibits mentioned, Exhibit 99.1 is indeed the investor presentation. Exhibit 104 is something called the Cover Page Interactive Data File. This is part of the SEC's push for more standardized digital reporting. It is a digital representation of the header information on the filing itself, making it easier for computers and software to read and process. It is a technical detail that aids in data analysis for regulators and financial professionals. And who is signing off on this report, making it official? Troy Wichterman, the Chief Financial Officer. As CFO, he is directly involved in managing the company's finances and is a key person to watch when it comes to financial reporting and strategy. His signature here under the official seal of BioLife Solutions Incorporated confirms the company's acknowledgement and submission of this report. So, what is my take on this filing? BioLife Solutions Incorporated, by issuing this investor presentation, is signaling a proactive approach to investor relations. They operate in a high growth, high impact sector. The critical factor for them and for investors will be the specific details within that presentation. Are they showing substantial revenue growth driven by new partnerships or product adoption? Are their margins expanding, indicating efficiency, or are they facing challenges, perhaps from increased competition or longer than expected drug development cycles that affect their service offerings? The strength of BioLife Solutions Incorporated lies in its specialized niche. If they are demonstrating consistent growth in demand for their preservation solutions, it speaks to the expanding pipeline of cell and gene therapies. A key risk, however, could be regulatory hurdles or scientific breakthroughs by competitors that offer alternative preservation methods. Another risk could be reliance on a few key clients or therapeutic areas. In conclusion, this 8K filing is essentially a gateway to BioLife Solutions Incorporated's latest narrative for investors. While the filing itself is procedural, it points us to an investor presentation that holds the key insights for investors. The next step is to dissect that presentation for concrete financial figures and strategic updates. Are they growing their market share? Are they innovating effectively? And most importantly, are they generating sustainable profits while enabling life-saving therapies? This is the story we need to watch unfold through their disclosures. Alright? That is our breakdown of BioLife Solutions Inc.'s latest filing. What is your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.